Hal here with more Empyrion, Galactic Survival. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Hopefully it is a good day for you so far. I know it's still early in the day, and I seem to have run out of elevator blocks. Oh, I've got some over in the crafting station. We'll go fix that up. I just wanted to say, thank you to everybody who was able to be there for the live stream on Friday, or on Saturday, rather. The charity live stream that we did for Able Gamers, we actually ended up raising a little over $200. We had a set goal of $1,000, but that was only because of the fact that we hit the first goal of $100 pretty much instantly. So, yeah. I just want to thank everybody who took part in that. For the folks that were able to donate, your generosity is greatly appreciated. For the folks who don't know what I'm talking about, the Able Gamers charity did basically they did what they call Able Day for 2016. That was this past Saturday, October 8th. And what they did is they did a huge fund drive with a bunch of different YouTubers and Twitch streamers, and basically anybody who wanted to take part could. And I'm glad to see so many of our community were able to take part in it, as well as actually donate. So again, thank you all for that. It is greatly appreciated, and I'm really liking the new shadows. Okay, so yes, over the weekend, Empyrion, the folks at Eleon Games, did update Arc. Sheesh. Oh, that was a bad one. They did update Empyrion, and as you can see, they've really cleaned up the textures and the lighting. So we now have volumetric, I should say, shadows. Look at that. That's actually really nice. Wow. Of course, the lights are ridiculously bright right now, and we're going to have to change all of that, but that's going to be a manual process. But it does make the entire ship much more dramatic. Wow, this is actually... I'm going to go back this way really quick. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked and distracted by all these just amazing updates that these guys are doing. Okay, we still need to fix this ship. We need to fix the small ship as well, but I wanted to show you some changes. One of the things that they've done, and I'm going to tell you ahead of time, I personally don't agree with it, but I have my own reasons for it. But we will give it the benefit of the doubt and give it a try anyway. So let's go into the blocks. So, the starter blocks are the same. Yes, we've got some new stuff, and we're going to get down there in a minute. What they've done is they've separated the blocks for your capital vessels and bases from the blocks for your small vessels and hover vessels, right? So what you're seeing here is previously you would craft an iron block, and that iron block could be used for either a large ship or a small ship or a base, no matter which ship you were using it for or what base type. So all blocks took the same amount of resource. They had the same stats, the same statistics. So what they've done is they've separated these out now. So you have a steel block small and a hardened steel block small, because those are only available... Well, you can use those for large or small vessels, but only the capital vessel and bases can have combat steel. The thing is that this meant the steel blocks that you were using on bases had just as many hit points and the same armor as the steel blocks you're using on small ships. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So like I said, I can understand why they're doing this. Doing this way allows you to have, the scale of the vessel, of the thing that you are attacking, be relevant to what you are trying to do to it. So if you're trying to attack a small ship with a capital ship gun, that gun is probably going to one-shot the small vessel. We've got this is done. Okay. But yeah, they've done this for pretty much all of your structural blocks. There's now an artificial mass block, which adds 2 tons of mass to your ship, which I can understand. This is one of those... This thing is going to get used in weapons at some point when ships have structural integrity, because right now there's no collision on... Well, I shouldn't say there's no collision. There's no interactive collision on bases and ships. If you have a ship and it rams a base, it doesn't do anything. It bounces off, right? Just like if you have a ship and you ram the ground, the ship bounces off. It takes no damage. Introducing the introduction of artificial mass tells me that that is probably not going to stay true much longer. The only reason you would really put artificial mass in is that you are trying to increase the mass of the ship or the base, because I have a feeling that they're getting ready to have the mass actually calculated into collision physics. And the reason why you would want something like this is because of kinetic weaponry. Basically, you could build a small ship with a bunch of artificial mass on it, point it at a capital ship, launch it, and basically kamikaze into the ship. Just like self-destruct into it. Which tells me there's probably, because of these LCDs, yay, we have LCDs now, but because of some of the changes that we're seeing of the equipment being added in, I'm thinking that we're probably going to start seeing either some form of player-controlled AI or remote control systems of some form. So it will be interesting to see where this all goes. So one of the other things that they have changed, as you can see here looking at the advanced constructor, not only do we have all these new blocks, we've actually got some new tools and weapons. Well, rather, we've got reskins of what the tools and weapons we had. Right now, basically everything else is, I think, pretty much the same. I'm not seeing anything that looks like it's really changed anywhere. It looks like everything is still good here. But the multi-tool. The multi-tool now has a multi-tool tier 1 and a multi-tool tier 2. They have updated the graphics. Let me show you that really quick. This is the tier 2 version. So we're going to put you in number 6. We're going to put the tier 1 in number 5. Now, I believe these are the same model currently. So that's number 5, right? So that's the tier 1. So no, that is a different model. Okay. And then the tier 2. So the tier 2 has a larger ammo capacity. I believe it has the same range, and it works faster. That's my understanding with it. So I haven't actually sat down and tested these things side by side. I may do that later this week. But I want to get into some of the other new things that have been introduced. We're going to take... Is there anything else we need? We want that. We want those. Is there anything else in here that I need? I'm not seeing anything. Okay. Let's grab some O2 very quickly. Ah, the breath of life. Okay. So we're going to go this way, simply because we can. Whee! Because I want to show you some of the new things that have been added. We've got a couple of new blocks. The LCD block is, as it says on the wrapper, it is an LCD block. So this thing is usable on bases and pretty much any ship type. So when you first spawn it, you'll see this. It should appear like this. That's actually the back of the block. You want the actual block space is the front. So when where you see the point of rotation, that's actually the front of the screen. Now, this is important because if you put things in backwards, well, you're not going to be able to see what you put in there. And then for these to work, you basically place one, you come up, hit T or whatever your interaction key is. And you can come in here and it'll let you type whatever you want, right? Say, hello world. We're here for your beer. Right? So you can change your background color if you want to change, say, to blue, and you want to have really ugly lime green text, you can do that. Close it, and you have that. Now, you won't be able to see the text until you power on the ship. Once you power on the ship, there's your text. Yay! Okay. And then they do have font size adjustments, so you can get up to 50. Hello world, we're here. Okay. Let's go take this down to... That's actually a good size. That is a horrible color. Alright. Sorry. Alright. There we go. Hello world, we're here for your beer. Okay. Very easy to use, very simple. hopefully we're going to get something like we see in Space Engineers, where we'll have programmable blocks so that we'll be able to have these things set up to auto-update. But if so, that will probably be much, much, much further out into the future. For what we have right now, these are basically billboards. So I'm not going to complain. It works. So, okay, so let's get in here really quick. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to show you is this new block. We now have a wing block. That's there we go. Actually, that's good. So you have a couple of different wing blocks. Let me see here. Is it? There we go. Okay. So this is the default wing block, which is a 6x9, I believe. Oh, you're not going to let me do this? Okay. So yeah, 6x9. There is a 6x5 block, which is the smaller stubby wings, something you would see on like a an F-18, the Hornet. And then you have these much larger wing blocks. Okay, that is the 6x12, I believe. Is that right? 12x9. Okay. Looking at what they have for a graphic and what you get for the actual wing, I'm thinking that either the icon is wrong or the wing is wrong, because I'm not thinking that is... I guess, no, that is probably... Yeah, it looks like it is probably a 12x9 block, so... Alright. So I'm thinking something like this is probably for your larger SV builds, because these are SV only. You can only place these on your small vessel. So I'm thinking this type of wing is probably for the folks who want to build things like the space shuttle style designs, or multi-crew SVs, something like with what we have. But this is going to make it a little bit easier to get these things together. I do wonder if this also means that we're going to get atmospheric physics. So it would be interesting to find out what they say about that, because looking at it, we do have a lift design here. That is a lift designed wing. So this will be interesting. So yeah, lots of changes. They're like I said before, they are constantly working on the game, so it is nice to see new things coming into the game. Alright, so while we are here, let's go ahead and fix this thing. Interesting snap to animations now. I don't know how I feel about that. I do think I'm going to go ahead and do that though. Okay. So, yeah, basically that is what's been going on in the game. I do need to get the ship repaired. As you can see, it has still beat the crap up. One of the problems that I run into, and I think this is because the ship was destroyed when we were on the planet, or at least the multi-tools repaired, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, that was much faster than the tier 1. So it's basically just a couple of shots and it's done. Nice. So yeah, basically what I was saying is that the ship was destroyed on the planet, and because it was not built at the same time as this, basically I had to put a new core in. And I'm thinking because the ship was on the planet and the capital ship was here in orbit, because they were in two separate play zones, when I put the core back into this small vessel, it doesn't register as one of my ships. Now, the reason why I know it's not registering as one of my ships, even though I've built it and I obviously have control of it, is that a new thing that was added is the registry. So if you go into your registry, this will tell you everything that you own. And as you can see, I don't have a small vessel here in orbit. I'm on the capital ship, and even if I undock this ship, what will happen is you won't see anything updated on my registry list. So I'm thinking that for some reason when I replace the core, that it did not update as to be considered mine. I'm not really sure why, because it does, obviously it does everything I need it to do, because I can get in here and make changes as I need to. But it just does not recognize being owned by me. So, not sure what's going on with that. So I'm probably going to submit a bug ticket on this. At least pass word over to the folks at Eleon and let them take a look at it. Because I'm kind of curious as to what the final verdict is going to be on it, especially considering I still have that problem up in the upper ramp area where I can't place blocks. So frustrating. Okay, let's go this way. It does look like they changed the gravity a little bit. Artificial gravity seems to be a little softer, a little bit more spongy than it used to be. Alright, so... Okay. So, we're come here. Take a look over here, make sure everything is still good. Okay. So let's go show you what I was talking about with the upper area. Now, some of the folks that have been here before, you will probably know almost immediately what I'm talking about. When we had this ship originally built, we had our small engineering section here, which tied into some thrusters and stuff. But we had the original high-tier fuel tanks on, which used to be a 2x2 grid. While we were building things, Eleon changed that to be a 2x1 footprint. So when they cut it in half, basically we had all of this extra space. Well, we can't put anything in it. Let me show you. I'm going to grab this, even though actually these will work, huh? There we go. Okay, so let's put these in. Now, see, it won't let me place them in. It acts as though there is something here, and that is these two spaces, or I should say these 4 blocks in total, are the second half of where the old fuel cell was. Basically, the original fuel cell were on these 2 blocks here, and these 2 blocks here. So when the graphic changed, the block that I'm standing in, these 2 here, became basically occupied, but they're empty. So I'm not sure what we're going to have to do with this. I haven't gotten any word back on when this is going to be addressed or if it will be addressed. Let's try. Whoop. Let's see if we can get it to... Doesn't look like it. But yeah, so I would really like to see this addressed. I may have to scrap the ship. I'm going to try doing, off camera, I'm going to try doing some things, see if I can get it to work. But I'm not sure how that's going to work, because nothing I've tried so far has worked yet. So, so much fun in the sun. Okay, on that note, excuse me, been a long weekend. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you do leave them down in the section below. If you're new here or you haven't done so already, I do ask that you subscribe, as the subscriptions, likes, and comments all help the channel to grow. And for the folks who don't know, we have been growing fairly well recently, and we have finally broken the 1,000 subscriber mark. So I just want to say welcome to the community, to all of our new subscribers. Welcome back to all of our longer-term subscribers. And thank you to all of you, because without you, I would not be able to do this. And, you know, I enjoy doing it. So hopefully you enjoy watching it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. If I don't see you again this week, I hope you have a terrific week and enjoy your weekend. And yeah, as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everyone. Oh, now to go figure out what to do for a 1,000 subscriber special. Because everyone asks.